Dear students, today we are going to learn about one of the most important events in the world history, the French Revolution. The French Revolution began in 1789 in France. It changed the political and social life of France. It also spread important ideas like liberty, equality, and fraternity to many parts of the world. Let us understand how and why the French Revolution happened. Before the revolution, Louis XVI, the king of the Bourbon dynasty, was the king of France. When he came to the throne, he was only 20 years old. French society was divided into three estates. The first estate consisted of the clergy or religious leaders. The second estate consisted of the nobility or nobles. The third estate included peasants, workers, businessmen, and middle class. The first and second estates enjoyed many privileges, but the third class no privileges. The third estate formed the majority of the population and had to pay most of the taxes. This created great inequality in French society. France was also facing a serious economic crisis. The government had spent a lot of money on wars and on maintaining the royal court. As a result, government debits increased. At the same time, bad harvests caused a shortage of food. The price of bread increased greatly. Poor people could not afford enough food. They became angry with the government and privileged classes. The economic crisis became one of the major causes of the French Revolution. During this period, new ideas were also spreading in Europe. Thinkers like John Locke, Rousseau, and Montesquieu spoke about freedom, equality, rights, and government. Rousseau believed that government should represent the will of the people. Montesquieu spoke about the separation of powers. These ideas inspired the people of France. People began to question the old system. They wanted freedom, equal rights, and a government that represented the people. To solve the financial crisis, Louis XVI called a meeting of the Estates General in 1789. Representatives of the three estates came together. The third estate demanded equal voting rights, but their demands were not accepted. So, the representatives of the third estate declared themselves the National Assembly. They promised not to separate until they had prepared a constitution for France. This famous promise is known as the tennis court oath. The situation in Paris became more serious. On 14th July 1789, the people of Paris attacked the Bastille. The Bastille was a fortress and prison. It was seen as a symbol of the king's absolute power. The fall of the Bastille became an important symbol of the revolution. Even today, 14th July is celebrated as a France National Day. The revolution soon spread to the countryside. Peasants became angry with the feudal system and the special privileges of the nobles. The National Assembly took steps to end many feudal privileges. The old system of social inequality began to change. This was an important step towards a more equal society. One of the most important achievements of the revolution was the Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizen, adopted in 1789. It declared that people had important rights and freedoms. It supported the ideas of liberty and equality. It also started that citizens should be equal before law. These ideas become an important part of modern democratic thinking. In 1791, France adopted a new constitution. The powers of the king were limited. France became a constitutional monarchy. The representatives of the people were given an important role in government. However, the revolution continued because many people were still unhappy with the monarchy. In 1792, the monarchy was abolished. France became a republic. The King Louis XVI and his wife was later executed. The revolution became more radical and violent during this period. From 1793 to 1794, France experienced a period known as the Reign of Terror. Robespierre and the Jacobins become very powerful. People who were considered enemies of the revolution were punished through guillotine. Finally, Robespierre lost his power and was executed in 1794. Women also played an important role in the French Revolution. They participated in protests and demanded food, equal rights, and political rights. Olympe de Gouges strongly supported women's rights. She demanded that women should also enjoy the same political rights as men. However, women did not receive equal political rights immediately. Their struggle continued for many years. The French Revolution had a great impact not only on France but also on the world. The ideas of liberty, equality, and fraternity inspired the people in many countries. The revolution challenged absolute monarchy and social inequality. It encouraged people to think about their rights and their role in government. The ideas of democracy, citizenship, and equality become more important in the modern world. Finally, in 1804, Napoleon Bonaparte took control of the France government and crowned himself an emperor. With this, the French Revolution came to an end. Therefore, many French people felt that Napoleon had betrayed the ideals of the revolution. So, students, let us quickly remember the main causes of the French Revolution. They were social inequality, heavy taxes, economic crisis, food shortage, the power of the monarchy, and the new ideals of the liberty and equality. The revolution began in 1789 and brought major changes to France. It changed the old political and social system and influenced this history of the many countries. The most important message of the French Revolution can be remembered in the three words: liberty, equality, fraternity. Thank you, students. We will meet again with another interesting lesson. Thank you.